Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today we are here to take a look at something that I absolutely love. We are going to look at the top 25 covers, the most badass pieces of artwork in my entire movie collection. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. All right, so artwork. It's a big deal to me. If you follow this channel, you know I'm an 80s kid. I grew up going before Blockbuster and all that stuff to the mom and pop video rental stores, and like all you had to go on was your cover art and maybe a 1 or 2 sentence blurb on the back, and you had to go and rent your movie based off that. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an artist. I paint. That Frank poster back there, I painted that. So artwork is a big deal to me. The packaging is cool. Obviously, the movie is always the most important thing, but it's all part of the presentation. It's all part of the experience that you get with movies and physical media that you just don't get on streaming. And today we're going to rank what I consider, at least right now, and I mean, I have an artist's mind on this, so I go back and forth, but right now, my top 25 pieces of cover art in my collection. Now I should specify, like my man Blockbuster Box Sets, he makes some of the coolest slip boxes and stuff like that in the world. I can't wait to get more of those. My buddy Brian does some of that too, but like that, this is like art that those are aftermarket, right? This is art that comes with the box set, the slip cover, whatever that you get, right, that you don't have to add after the fact. So this is all stock. It's not aftermarket. So now that that's out of the way, here we go. We're just going to jump right into the list. Just look at some cool stuff. Coming in at number 25 is Atomic Blonde. Now this is a special limited edition. There's only 2,000 of these. And I'm a sucker for this type of artwork. I'm a sucker for anything neon. Man, I love neon. And so not only is this box art cool, when you slip this out of this box, you have that sort of almost neon vibe continuing, and all of this is like embossed and raised. And then you got this cool, just stylized artwork on the back. Just super slick, super awesome. And of course, I always say this movie is like John Wick's mom, right? Because it's like that's just what it reminds me of. Set back then. You got the spot gloss. I just absolutely love the vibe. Love everything about it. Had to have this edition. 1797 of 2000. So Atomic Blonde coming in at number 25. I had a hard time deciding what order to rank these two. All right, coming in at number 24 on the list, and a lot of people surprisingly don't like this. We're getting a new edition of this from Arrow. I'm looking forward to getting. My man Bill Moseley is in this movie. Carolyn Williams, who I've actually done a painting of for her, is in this movie. I'm talking about the Vinegar Syndrome release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Now, a lot of people don't necessarily like this. I think it looks like an oil painting. Now, I paint with oils, but I mostly paint with acrylics, but I do paint with oils as well. And I just love that look of how it is. Like, I just think that's so super cool. And of course, the back, you got Dennis Hopper. And I just love that artwork. Vinegar Syndrome, I think this is just super cool. I think it's, I'm not sure why some people don't like it. I think it's super cool. It's what it looks like to me, is an oil painting. And there you got Carolyn Williams down there. And then you get the Breakfast Club slip on the inside. So I like, and that's raised lettering. I actually love this set. And I'm going to love the other set. The other set, I'm not sure when you see this, but at the end of February, Days of the Dead is coming back to Atlanta. That's one of the conventions that used to have me as a guest a lot, where I would sign autographs and movies and stuff. And I'm hoping Bill and Carolyn maybe come to that. I haven't talked to them, because if I get the Arrow set in time, I'm going to take it and have them sign it. Now, I don't collect signatures, but when it's people that you know, people you've worked with and talked to and stuff like that, it's different. Bill usually always gives me something. I have to show off like his album that he gave me. But I love it, and it comes in at number 24. At number 23 on the list, more Vinegar Syndrome. I love this movie. The VSUs, I could make a whole list of those, but Cloak and Dagger, I love this cover artwork. It just kind of captures everything about the movie. And then you open it up on the inside. That slip cover is like the Atari cartridge. Super cool. Even has like an old like faux like Kmart sticker on there. That's 100% supposed to look like Kmart, if you remember Kmart. But absolutely love this. Captures the whole vibes of the 80s and that movie and everything. And I mean, the VSUs are pretty awesome overall. And Cloak and Dagger is one of my favorites. Super cool. Comes in at number 23 on the list. Number 22 here is one that this isn't necessarily the best movie at all. Like, I actually had it on my favorite vampires list because it's the first one that I remember seeing as a kid with Christopher Lee as Dracula before I saw the other Hammer films. So Count Dracula, this one from Severin, I love this. Again, this looks like an old school, like 50s or 60s poster that would have been done off of like oil paintings, based off of oil paintings and stuff like that. It's got the sex appeal there. It's got Christopher Lee up there. It's got a lot going on the back. You've got the castle and everything. I haven't even opened this one yet. I haven't watched it. Like I said, I remember it fondly. I had to put it on my list, but I also remember it's not the greatest movie. So, but I love this set. You got a little bit different artwork on the inside there. This is extra thick set here too, and I just love that artwork. So, Count Dracula, Christopher Lee, I think it's 1970 on this, but that one has to come in on the list. Sticking with the 70s for number 25, 4, 3, 2. Number 21, y'all, I didn't write these down. I just stacked them up, is The Longest Yard. Now, you're not going to get Kino Lorber on here a lot for artwork. They're not really known. They just kind of got run-of-the-mill slips. But this is another one that looks like a painting, a 70s style poster. I friggin' love this movie from Burt Reynolds. I love this kind of action style 70s posters and stuff. Absolutely love it. I'm a football guy. Obviously, I played football, so I love the way they did this in this movie. So The Longest Yard, I actually really dig that artwork a lot. So Kino Lorber getting on the list. All right, coming in at number 20. I'm sorry. Coming in at number 20 is an import. We don't have this in 4K in the United States. This is a crazy, just batshit crazy action movie. And this artwork captures all that's from Turbine. I'm talking about Barbed Wire. We don't have this 4K, but this release keeps on giving as far as artwork. So you have this cover on the front, which is just like 80s, early 90s style action movie. You got this on the back. Super cool, but it gets better. Inside, you have this badass steelbook here with Pamela Anderson on it, and that looks super cool. Again, it kind of has those neon vibes. Try to give you a close look. And then the back, I maybe even like the back better than the front. So this is super cool. Don't call me babe. I think this is a cool release. This is, again, from Turbine, and I don't see a lot of people with it. It's spot glossed everywhere. Just super cool. I love that back. So this one had to be on the list, and it comes in at number 20. Now, I normally don't do this again, but I'm going to throw in one of my movies. I am currently working on new artwork to do re-releases, chunky box set releases of my movies. And I'll probably use this artwork incorporated somehow into at least part of that packaging for my movie Creature Feature. I always loved this art because this is like an ode to Creepshow. I mean, Dread Central actually compared it to Creepshow. One of the highlights of my life for dreadcentral.com to do that. But it's like a comic book come to life too, right? Horror anthology, and like the way that this captures it is really cool. So I'm working on like some kind of combination of this. I know everything's reflecting, but Yeah, super cool. It even has certain ones of the artwork have like the issue number up here and all that. So I'm going to kind of go a little more detailed, but I do really enjoy this artwork. It is my movie, but I didn't do this artwork. So I think it's cool to put it on here, and I love it. Creature feature. All right, next up on the list, I've lost track of where we are again. I think we're at 18. Back to Vinegar Syndrome. Friggin' love this. This movie is just absolutely crazy. I think they had a weekend to shoot this movie. They had to use pieces of film, so they've got all different kinds of film stock. They just had to use ends and whatever was left. I'm talking about Nightmare Sisters. And that's Linnea Quigley on there. And, of course, the front is super eye-catching there. It's spot gloss, Vinegar Syndrome. I love the back, what they kind of transform from there. I've seen this movie several times and a couple times since I bought it. But it's a kind of bad, they're good, but like that is undeniably eye-catching, and it just has that sort of like badass, 80s B-movie, sexy movie vibe. So Nightmare Sisters, you got Vinegar Syndrome on here. You got to have it. So that was 8. So we're at number 17, I think. And this is one I've got to clean a little bit of goo off the front of it. I've been so afraid. This is another one from Turbine. This is a really cool one of my favorite movies. It's Harry and the Hendersons. As you can see, there's still glue where they had the sticker right here. And I got to get some lighter fluid or some Goo Gone. Brian over at the Last Movie Standing, he was saying that would take it off. I got to get it off. I've been so afraid because I don't want to mess it up. Like, that just punches. That just pops. I love Harry and the Hendersons with the rose and the eye. So simple, but man, it's striking. It's striking. And then it's got his Bigfoot on the back. And I oddly like Bigfoot horror movies, and Bigfoot movies is like a weird genre thing of mine. So, this is a classic comedy. But so another one from Turbine. I just think it's simple and striking and powerful. So Harry and the Hendersons, I got to clean it up. I'm actually going to set it over here because it needs to be cleaned. All right, now we're going to Scream Factory, and man, there's some good one. I think this is Devin Whitehead. I like a lot of his art. I think that's who did this one. But of course, I'm a big sucker for Carpenter. I'm a mark. But They Live. Now, there's a lot of good artwork for They Live, but this one is super cool. You got Keith David and Rowdy Roddy Piper on the front. I mean, that's hard to beat, man. I mean, the original art for there's a lot of good art for They Live. I just really like this. I think it captures the action movie part of this and the sci-fi and just all kinds of stuff going on. So absolutely love They Live. This artwork on the steelbook had to be on the list. Staying with Shout and Scream for the next one. This one just captures the iconic like movie feels and all that stuff that I love so much. It's original artwork, right? I think this is the original poster for this movie, and it's just so damn awesome. I'm talking about Matinee. I mean, the colors just leap off of this, and this is one of the best 4Ks you're going to see. It's reference quality. You got to love it. It captures everything. This captures all the vibes, the feelings, everything that the movie introduces, and everything the movie's about in one piece of artwork that just pops. It pops. I love it. So Matinee, for me, had to be on the list. All right, we're in the top 15. I told you I am a mark for neon and those vibes that it comes with. And I really like this movie. This is the first time I watched it just like a couple months ago. I really like this movie, and this is some badass artwork. I'm talking about Drive. Dude, it kills me because there was a little ding in it right up there. But man, that artwork is just bad to the bone. I mean, bad to the bone. I love it. And of course, the iconic like jacket. This just captures, it's like 80s, even though the movie's not set in the 80s, to my knowledge. I don't think. I can't remember. No, because there's contemporary cars. But like, it just feels so damn 80s to me with that artwork there. And I love it. And Blockbuster Box Sets, he actually did one that I love the front of this too. It's also very 80s. The back of that's so badass that I have to put it out there. And because I've already got a ding, it's like one of those things where I want to just display it all. It's all so cool. But because it's already got a ding, I'm super protective over it. I almost want to replace it, but I can't afford to replace stuff like that right now that I already have. But man, you talk about some 80s vibes, my brothers and sisters, and neon. I love this artwork. Drive had to be on the list. All right, we're going back to Shout and Scream. I consider them one thing. Point Break. I mean, I saw this and I was like, oh shit, I gotta have that. First of all, this is one of my favorite movies. This is on my top 25 favorite movies list of all time. I love Point Break. Of course, you got Catherine Bigelow directing with James Cameron there every step of the way. He was on set like all the time. So you got Cameron fingerprints on this too. But Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves, this is just an iconic film for me. Like I forget even how old I was when this came out, like 12 or something. When this came out, dude, that just pops. The presidents, ex-presidents, like, dude, come on. Spot gloss money everywhere. This thing just has it going on. So Point Break had to be on the list. Now, next on the list, we get up to some Arrow, and this is simple, original. So, like, a lot of times Arrow will have Arrow store exclusives that will have, like, updated, like, the original art. And that's what I had to go with this one because I love it. Walter Hill's The Warriors. I love the iconic original artwork. Doesn't matter how much new artwork they do. This pops. And the white, oh man, it just this just like it's like just a beautiful showpiece setting over there on my shelf. Like I have a hard time because I love all the art so much. I want to turn it all out where you can see it all the time, and then that takes up all my space. But so I'll rotate stuff around. I'll rotate displays back here just so I can display art from the stuff. And I love it. The original, The Warriors, coming in from Arrow. Sometimes you just can't beat the original. And now when you go to, I got more steelbooks, and you got Ryan Gosling coming again because it has a vintage feel to it. Anything that has a vintage feel to it, you're going to get me into it. And I actually grew up watching the TV show this movie's based on. They had one of the best theme songs ever in the history of television, The Unknown Stuntman, done by Lee Majors. I'm talking about Fall Guy. And this steelbook, I love. First of all, I love the flat finish. See how it's not reflecting everything because it's the flat finish. But this has that like 70s, 80s poster vibe to it too. Again, with like the white, the off-white, the flat. I think this artwork is far superior to the slipcover edition. Like this thing just pops for me. I absolutely love this artwork. Movie's better than I thought it was going to be. I wish that they had, and I like Ryan Gosling a lot. I don't know that he was 100% right for this. They needed more of like a rugged guy because I can't get the TV show out of my mind. And I wish that like they even had what's his name, the country singer like redo the theme song, and he turned it into like a love song almost. Where go and listen, please go listen to the original Fall Guy opening theme song, the full theme song. The full song version, you can find it on different places on YouTube. Not just the intro itself, but the full song. Man, you can watch it with the intro. People have cut it together. But it's done by Lee Majors, and it is far superior to anything. It was Blake Shelton that did it, and superior. I enjoyed the movie, though, and this artwork is badass. 12, right? I hope I got 25 right here if I didn't screw it up. All right, coming in next, we're going back to Arrow Video. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. My favorite John Hughes movie. I love this artwork. Love Weird Science's artwork. I mean, dude, that 100% just pops. That pops. It captures your 80s blue lightning, Lisa coming there, and it's all almost in like neon colors, bold. I love the blacks. I wish this had been a full, like a chunky box. I really do. But man, the spot gloss on it, I'm in love with this artwork. Friggin' love it. So Arrow, I just think, and I think this is an underrated 4K. You can go look at my Why Most 4K Reviews Are Wrong video. People complain a little bit about too much grain in certain shots. I explain why it was there. The negative was probably pushed. They probably overlit or didn't light. And then the wide shots, different things. But the colors throughout this movie, I love it. I think it's great. And, you know, I'm an old film guy, so film grain doesn't bother me. But this, I think, just pops, leaps off my shelf. And I absolutely love it. So had to come in, comes in at number 12. Now, number 11 is one that is stock, but you can't really get it all the time. You'll have to take to eBay because these are sold out. This is from Cine Museum, and it's the only one of those I own because I know the guy, like, that's been problematic for some people. But this is awesome. I love this movie, and I'm talking about The Goonies. I had never seen this artwork. Obviously, this was done for the Cine Museum limited releases here. And I think this is number 225 of I don't know if I can get that to focus. Number 225 of 1,000 made. There's the back. I haven't even opened this. I keep promising I'm going to open it as a subscriber or a channel member exclusive video. But man, there's several different versions of this. I absolutely love it. I'm a huge Goonies fan. I think, again, it has that sort of late 70s, early 80s, like kind of poster vibe to it that I love with a lot going on there. Absolutely love it. So had to have it on here. And the Goonies comes in at, I think, number 11. All right, so those last two, I got off on my numbers just a little bit. I didn't write it down. So the Goonies was at 9. Weird Science was at 10. Okay, so I was off a little bit. This was 11. I think The Warriors was at 12. So I was off just a little bit. So we're at our top 8 right here. And coming in at number 8 is a recent release by Lionsgate, Kickboxer. Now, first of all, this lenticular is super awesome. Van Damme kicking ass. That's just part of it. When you get to this steelbook, check out the art on this steelbook. I mean, this is badassery. I mean, just super well done here, Lionsgate. Super well done. And, of course, it's a big 3-disc set. But, man, this artwork, spot gloss, just absolutely awesome here. Love it. But, like, when you combine that artwork with this, you know, multi-kicking lenticular cover, that's what lifts it up here. I just think it's badass all the way around. I love Kickboxer, so comes in at number 8 on the list. Good job for Lionsgate on that. All right, we're going back to Arrow for our next one, and you know it had to be on here. I know a lot of you are probably waiting for American Werewolf in London. This... Again, you got a lot going on here. I still haven't taken this J card off. I know it's probably going to kill some of you, but I need to do that and clean it up. But, dude, look at that. That is just 8 shades of badassery. And I'm not going to show you the back because I still have never taken the J card off. But this is enough for me. I display this proudly all the time. Love it. One of the top 3 to 5 werewolf movies made. A lot of people say it's number 1. It's not my number 1, but it's up there. It's like top 3. But I absolutely love American Werewolf, and that artwork is just balls to the wall madness. I absolutely love it. It had to be on the list. Good job there by Arrow. And, of course, on the inside, you have the original. So, super cool, super cool. We got 6 left. So, this one's coming in at number 6, and it's Arrow again. And this is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. And this art is badass for Friday the 13th, 2009. It's simple, but I love it. That split there, the hockey mask, the sack head, the newspaper, the missing person stuff in the middle. Sometimes you can just do something simple and it's perfect. And I think that's the case here. I think this is just absolutely well done. I love it. It's my favorite Friday the 13th movie. I think it gets a bad rep, but it is my favorite, and I think that artwork is just absolutely badass. Coming in way high up here at number 6 is Friday the 13th, 2009. All right, we are at the top 5 now, and I'm just going to tell you, number 5 is one that's not a good movie. It's not a good movie, but the artwork is one of the best, in my opinion, ever to capture everything about an 80s slasher, particularly like the 80s, like camp woods lake type slasher movies with the, you know, like the girls skinny dipping and slasher killer out there. I think this slipcover has everything perfect. Now, if the movie were good, we'd be better off. But Terror at 10 Killer, I think this is just absolutely awesome. I mean, it's hard to see on here, but you do have the killer coming in behind her with the knife in there. This is raised lettering, spot gloss. I mean, she's sexy. You got the killer there. And then the back, she's laying there by the lake on the dock and, you know, sexy and all that. And the shadow of the killer, you know, is ever present. Like, dude, everything is right about an 80s like camp style slasher with this movie. It's super fun, super sexy, scary, ominous, little low budget, lo-fi looking. Dude, it is perfection. The movie is not. This implies a lot of action, a lot of fun, a lot of sexiness. The movie's very slow, but that cover, I'd buy the movie just for this. The artwork is that good. And I mean, the 4K looks nice and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, that is perfect slipcover for this type of movie. Absolutely love it. Comes in at number 5. All right, at number 4 is one of the few times that I believe Vinegar Syndrome was beaten on artwork on a release. I've talked about this a lot recently, but From Beyond from 88 Films. I am in love with this artwork. You got Barbara Crampton there in her iconic outfit. I just think the artwork better captures everything. It's not as hard to tell what's going on. And it's hard for me to, you made an artwork, Vinegar Syndrome, and I like theirs too, but without this, that's iconic from the movie. That outfit, her, sexy, all that stuff, it captures so much about the movie. It's iconic. You slip it off. You have it again on the inside. It's a little flatter with spot gloss in here. Just epic. And then you flip it around in here on this slip box, and you have more artwork back there. I mean, 88 Films killed it on this. Then you open it up. You got this artwork in here. I mean, look, the attention to detail where the artwork wraps around. I'm just in love with this. Like, I display it back there a lot. I love this movie. I love that artwork. Had to be here. Very high, very high. Comes in at number 4. Great job by 88 Films. Now, at number 3, I think this might be the only studio one, like big studio on the list. I'm looking. I think it is. No, Drive. I guess Drive is big studio. But there's not many. But this one is my favorite Tarantino film. And this poster captures everything I love about old Hollywood and the 70s, 80s, late 60s vibe, that kind of style artwork. I'm in love with that artwork from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, I know you guys tell me, but I think there's like special collector sets in 4Ks and stuff out there. I've got the 4K here and I love this and this artwork. I have actually the poster up here on my wall. I love this. I need to get some of the special sets. Like, this is my favorite Tarantino movie. This slip is not in the best condition. I mean, it's old. I've had it since it came out. And it's had to get moved around a lot. But y'all, that captures everything about all the vibes, the feel, everything to do with this movie. You could look at this and get an idea of what the movie is about. It captures it all. I love that style. Just absolutely love this style. And I may do something like this for the repackaging of my movie Dark Road 79, which is set in 79 and has about a rock band, and it's a horror movie too. I'm in love with that. Always have been. So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the biggest, highest ranking studio release on here. Now at number 2 is one that a lot of people don't have. I display it a lot over here. The 4K itself is okay, but this artwork for Red Sonja. I mean, again, you're looking like an oil painting. And how about the badassery, the confidence of you have no words on here. There's no titling at all. It's just like, boom, yeah, badass artwork, artist signature at the bottom. It's Red Sonja, bitch. It's badass. And that is exactly right. The back here you got is cool too. But that front's a show-stopping showpiece right there. Just 100%. I'm not even sure if you can get this anymore. But that is just badassery on a whole new level. And, of course, it's a foreign release done by Studio Canal. You got cool artwork on the inside. But that, just the confidence, no description, no writing, no anything. Just like, boom, bitch, badass right there. And there it is. Love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Red Sonja, I display it over there all the time, comes in at number 2. And that only leaves one. And again, I told you I'm a sucker for neon. I love 80s movies, action movies. I grew up on that stuff. This is it. Vinegar Syndrome wins this with Roadhouse, the VSU. I think it's the best piece. I mean, it has everything going on. And also on the back, I mean, it carries those neon vibes. It's spot glossed. I'm sure you've all seen it before. But if you're new to the channel and you're getting into physical media, this is the kind of stuff that you're never going to get with streaming. I mean, look at that. All the way around. And then you open it up. It doesn't quit. You got more neon vibes in here. The slip cover is embossed and spot glossed. You take that out. Oh no, there's more. You got the double deuce in neon back there. Just super cool. The artwork keeps going, like I said, with the slip. And then you have that again in here. I mean, just loaded with artwork. It was no question. I immediately knew what was number 1. And I will always display it where you can see it because I think it deserves it. It deserves it. Iconic scene there. I mean, just it can't be better. It can't be better. That's a home run. That's a home run. It's a grand slam. And I love it. And that's the kind of thing that you get on physical media, collecting movies that you just can't get with streaming. It's part of what makes it so special. It enhances the experience. It's beautiful to look at. When people walk into my house and they look at the movies and the posters and they're like, it makes them excited to see stuff like this. Then they want to watch the movie. You don't get that with, hey, let's browse through Netflix. You just don't. You don't. It is an experience, seeing it, getting attracted to it, selecting it off the shelf, getting into it, and this makes you want to dive into it, right? I mean, a book may be great, but a lot of times the cover is what draws people in, right? I mean, it's no different. Like the cover, the synopsis, this is the same thing. It's part of the experience. The presentation is part of it, and that's what you get here. It's what you get with physical media and movies that you're not going to ever get on streaming. That's why it will never die. It will never die because it's art, all of it. It's art on containing art. The movies themselves are art, and I love them. That's what I got for you today. What are some of your favorite pieces? What did you think of these here? Sorry, I got a little off track. I didn't write it all down, but we'll survive. We'll survive. I'll fix it with the graphics down there. But that's what I got. We do all kinds of things here, all kinds of lists, rankings, movie recommendations, 4K reviews, physical media news, movie reviews, all that stuff from a fan and filmmaker's perspective. If you know that if you follow me, but if you're new here, I've been making movies for around 20 years, so all this stuff is near and dear to my heart. And we do all of it here. We don't limit to one thing because we love movies. We love pop culture. If that sounds like something that you're into, like and subscribe. It helps the channel, helps us get found out there and in the world of YouTube. And if you want to help support the channel, you can become a channel member at my Patreon link or at YouTube right here. A couple dollars a month to get your name in lights on every single video. Behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking, short films I've done, special members only videos. It's like a behind the scenes extra features pass all the time. And it helps support the channel. I'll try to link these to Amazon because that helps the channel too if you use my Amazon links, and I really do appreciate it. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
I know.